Okay, now let's discuss the residency application timeline. Okay, what is the timeline? What is the procedure? Let's discuss that. So typically, in your medical school, you are expected that you are going to clear your step 1, CK, have your degree, go for clinical rotation, build your CV, and get yourself ECFMD certified once you graduate. Okay. Now, those who are starting and doing it in parallel to med school, don't waste any number of years, okay, for application. But those who are graduates, please consider 1 year for step 1, 1 extra year for CK, clinical rotations and all those things. So technically, you will require minimum 2 years. Okay, individual timeline is not possible. We are more than 300 students now. But yes, what I want to tell you right now is, if you are a graduate, you will spend 2 years for these all examinations, and after which you can apply. Application every year happens in the month of September. Once you make an application online, you have to apply to a program. What do I mean by program? A specialty and a medical college or a hospital. What do I mean by that? You need to apply to internal medicine, Mount Sinai Hospital, or surgery, Mount Sinai Hospital. So a particular specialization only, and that program director will tell you yes or no. Okay. So technically, you need to apply to one specialization because your entire CV will be dependent on that. Then, of course, you will have interviews November to January, February, where you have to submit your rank order or preference order, what we call. And in the month of March, the matching happens, and July onwards, your PG starts. So, two very important steps in this process. One is your ERAS application, where you need to submit all your documentation, SOPs, CVs, and second is your NRMP application. For this year's match, the deadline is 31st to register for NRMP. Okay, so the rank order has to be now started. Students have started filling in their rank orders now. Okay, now please understand what is happening in this matching process. Okay, if you are an international student, okay, Malaika was asking for matching, you will apply to, let's say, 100 hospitals, okay, for, let's say, surgery or medical medicine, whatever, assuming you are applying for surgery in 100 hospitals. Once you make application, depending on your profile, people get interviews between let's say 5 to 10, maximum 5 to 10, okay, maximum, okay, 5 to 10 interviews. Now, pre-COVID, these interviews were offline. You have to go to America. Post-COVID, these are all online interviews. Right now, I've been practicing with all my students online. Okay. Now, once you are interviewed, you have, let's say, you interviewed at 5 places. So you will have a preference. I want first hospital in New York. Second hospital will be your California one. Third will be your Connecticut one. Fourth will be Massachusetts, and fifth will be, let's say, a university in Chicago. So that preference order you will submit in this NRMP. Similarly, let's say the hospital in New York, they have interviewed more than, let's say, 100 candidates, and they will have 40 seats. So they will also submit their rank 1, 2, 3, 4, what we call it merit list in India. They will also submit the same to NRMP body. Okay. So if you have selected this hospital at one number, and even the hospital selects you in the topmost rank order, you get a match and you can start your PG from July onwards. If the matching does not happen, you are unmatched and you participate in the SOAP. That's the last round for admissions. Okay. Residencies usually happen on J1 or H1B work visa. Now, on my YouTube channel of Moksh Academy, I have in detail talked about J1, H1B work visas. I have talked about this match process. So definitely you should refer that as and when you get time. All right. Rank order simply means, Siva, preference. What preference you have selected for a, let's say you interviewed in 5 places. Where do you want to place yourself? Similarly, if the hospital interviewed 100 candidates, where do they want to place themselves? Okay. Now, the process looks complicated, but why do you think there is so much of demand and day by day more and more students are applying? The reason is in India, you can start working just as MBBS. Okay. Once the next exam comes, only thing is you'll have to appear next. You can still work as an MBBS. In America, you cannot work until and unless you've completed PG. So that's why the shortage is. Okay. They want PG doctors only. Okay. And the problem with them is they have more seats for PG and less seats for MBBS. In US, they call it MD. So they have more PG seats, less MBBS seats, which is why the gap and which is why more and more IMGs are getting admission. Okay. So I hope this is clear. More importantly, there is a question, how much does a doctor earn in India? Now I had so many people asking what is the income, how much do we earn after graduation? So your minimum income starts with 1.5 crores if you get into pediatrics, medicine, neuro. The top notch are plastic surgery, orthopedics, cardio, gastro, radio. Okay. So it's a decent salary what you are earning compared to your peers here in India, in the American job market after PG. Okay. This is very, very important. Okay. 2020 match was the highest for the last so many years. Number of PG seats were 34,000 and already government has announced 1,000 more seats for 21. Number of non-US citizens getting match was highest. Okay. Now, let me tell you, the way Mitul heard about a rumor that 2023 India, nobody will be allowed. Similarly, Mitul, when 2015, everybody said Trump is coming, story is over, USMLE is over. But what happened? Every year that Trump was in power, number of IMGs getting selected kept on increasing. With 2020 highest, 6,900 non-US IMGs applied and 422 people got admission. So my point is, don't believe on rumors, see the facts. Even the Trump, ban effect could not do anything for USMLE because the reality is that US needs doctors. So please do not believe to any false rumors. All right. What are the factors for selection in PG? This is very, very important. By above, we are talking about that and you will understand that as we proceed ahead. So Vaibhav is asking, well, how do I build my CV? There are a lot of factors which are involved. We will be discussing them. Most important factor is your USMLE score. Step 1, pass in first attempt. CK 240 plus. CS is now over. So your step 3 becomes very important. US clinical experience plus a LOR. So now your electives have become very, very important. Medical school performance. There are a lot of students say, sir, I will just pass in my med school because I am focusing on USMLE. Do not do that. If you get good marks in your medical school, it can help boost your CV. Specialty focus work. So if you want to get into surgery, attend surgery seminars, attend surgery workshops, do whatever activities the surgery department is getting involved with. Volunteer work which you do with your PSM department. Especially during COVID, a lot of you have worked really hard. Please take those acknowledgement certificates from your department. It's going to help you. Extracurricular activities beyond medicine, what all things are you involved with? Sports, quizzes, paper publication, poster presentations, get involved with it. Research. If you are in first year Vaibhav, in second year in India, short-term projects come by ICMR. So participate in these short-term research projects. Okay, that gives you a great start to your USMLE journey. And finally, language. Every Moksh student, we have informed them very, very clearly that you guys need to prepare for Spanish language. Very, very important. Okay, it's a game changer. If you know a language with maximum American people are speaking, it's going to help you a lot. Okay, whether you develop this by watching some web series does not matter, but you need to have Spanish proficiency. Okay, and finally the interviews, those are also very important. Okay, I have so many questions on the total cost. I will discuss that. This is a long session. I will answer each and every question. US clinical experience, yes, we will discuss that as well. All right. Now, what we do at Moksh, we provide you end-to-end solutions, but more important thing is there are some important Indian statistics for you. There are more than 15,000 students preparing for USMLE in India. But last year, only 1,094 got selected. Why? What is the reason 14,000 students gave up on their dreams? The reason is there are not many providers who push the student, who give that motivational boost to the students. We are proud to say at Moksh, we actually keep on, there's a dedicated support team, which daily recommends students to attend live lectures, to solve the questions, so that students are ready for the exams. All right. Lot of time I get the question, when do I start my USMLE? Answer is now. Do not waste a single day. Until and unless you are a final year student, I understand if you're a final year student, focus on your medical school. But if you are any first year, second year, third year, or any intern, immediately start. Every day you are wasting, it's loss of so much time. And that realization happens when students, join and then they, start practicing, they realize that we should have started earlier. We wasted so much of precious time. So I get so many questions, sir, do I wait for me to pass internship? Do I start in third year, second year? No, now is the time. Build your fundamentals strong. It's going to help everywhere in life. I always tell people, what's the side effect of you not getting into USMLE? No side effect. Why? Because the knowledge which you have gathered, you can conquer any exam globe. That is the reality. So it is important that you start early. Okay, especially those who are from 2017 batch onward students, please understand this. The rules of game might change. What your seniors followed, it's not applicable to you. Your seniors didn't have to bother about next examinations, but you guys have to. So typically what we have seen since last February 2020, where the initial announcement for a proposed next exam has out, we've got two kind of students. One student who is very serious that yes, my capabilities are not about USMLE, so I will focus and only prepare for next. But they are starting right from first, second, third year, wherever they are. They are very clear, let's start for next. And there is a second category of smart student who says next के लिए clinical चाहिए तो might as well do USMLE. If I prepare for USMLE by default, मैं तो next के लिए ready हो जाऊंगा. That is the approach which students are taking. So you guys are pioneer batch 2017, 18, 19. Whatever rules you write, that will be followed by your juniors. But if you guys try copying your seniors, it will be a serious mess. Take next exam seriously. Okay, that is something which I want to kind of highlight. Unfortunately, a lot of students are not aware, and they take USMLE very lightly. It's a one-time career exam, but you believe maybe the pirated exam can, help you. God help you. Some people join these review courses in Pune and Hyderabad, which, these people after every 4 months, 7 months ask you new money. They will tell you 21 new book, 22 new book, 23 new book. They keep on changing few pages and then ask for more money. Only support is given to share login ID password. Fancy seminars, nothing else. No end-to-end support. No end-to-end support. In fact, many of them in Hyderabad tell you, okay, don't do anything in India. Do coaching in America. Go in America, spend almost 50 lakh rupees a year. I mean, in that money, I might as well do MPH program in America. Our program is something where professionals have realized the need of Indian student. That push, that support, and that is what we are focusing on. All right, we have different modules right from preclinical foundation. We have international students of ours who do preclinical foundations, which is just what American students do. and only once they qualify, they start step 1. Why? Because their fundamentals are very strong. Because step 1 is a one-time give exam. That is the reason why we are so serious about it. So we have a modular program, module 1, module 2, depending on which level you are into. And just for your information's sake, we do not offer the module 3 and module 4 for students who are not with us for module 1 or module 2. All right? Because we believe that we want to invest in your career.